Hi everyone, it's the 9th of July and this is the weekend video. So let's start with the S as usual. Now, where do we go from here? There are quite a few lines, so bear with me, okay? The red uptrend that had started in the first week of May, it had rallied, found new highs, came back down. This was a really nice touch on that red support, which is what we bought. It went all the way to that marginal new high. It came down from there, and the action on Thursday and Friday were quite interesting. So I'm going to explain that to you while I zoom in a little bit. So what happened there is that green support, that diagonal support, so that green resistance wasn't able to be broken. So that held 4, 5, 6 times. And then it came down, and this green support was broken with brutal force to the downside while it cleared that red support. So that red channel was broken, and the back test, obviously I shorted the back test 4,550. It came down, but then later on it found another low. It rallied all the way. It moved beyond the green broken support. You can see the first one didn't hold, so that's why, okay, of course we closed the short with a small profit. Now it moved. First time it touched the green, it came down, but then the second one smashed through, okay, and I thought it's probably gonna hold. It's probably gonna stop at that golden plus red, which was at 4,065 or just below 4,465, 463, but it pushed on. That was a really big fake, and I thought, you know, it's obviously I wouldn't buy such things. This is just a spike to the upside. So it looked like bulls were getting the upper hand again, but then it stopped at the black broken support, which held as resistance. It came down. So this golden channel is now a bear flag. Obviously it's not the perfect bear flag because of this, so I can't call this a bear flag anymore, so we have to remove that, okay? But the red backtest of the red held with a damage here, and then it fell back below the green support, so we have to remove that green one as well because it's been breached too many times. What else do we have? We may have this green bottom band as the next potential support. Okay, so that is going to be around 4,415 if it gets there, and if it does hold, we should see one more high, and maybe, just maybe, it could form this bull flag to rally and break that blue resistance as well. Okay, but of course that red broken channel is quite bearish at the moment, at least for the short to medium term. If the green one doesn't hold, then the blue bottom band. So that blue bottom band has only one touch. That level is going to be 4,375. And from there on, I would expect a bull flag potential as well. So around 4,375. This was the previous lows of June 26, 27. So if it gets there, obviously it has to ignore that green bottom band, come all the way to the blue, and then maybe we start a new rally. Ultimately, the very last chance for bulls to take over is this the purple channel, which is, you can see 2 touches on the top, very close to 2 touches at the bottom. So it came very close to that touch. The second touch hasn't been tested. So the ideal case scenario is the blue bottom band holds, we rally, come back down to the blue plus purple, and then massive rally to the 4,600. And why I'm saying 4,600, I'm going to explain a little bit more on the long-term channel. That purple bull flag has been broken. That giant purple bull flag was broken. Okay, this is 2021. This one was broken, and the obvious target is, the minimum target is the green top band, which is at 4,700 or so, depending on how fast it gets there. So that green top band, green bottom band, that's the minimum target, I think, for this rally. And if this purple bottom band holds later on, so there are 2 purples. One is the declining bull flag that has been broken, and the other one is this potential uptrend to get there. So we may be going into some choppy period this week. But I will be watching these kinds of formations, so the green, the blue, and ultimately the purple one to buy into. I don't think this bull move is over yet. Not yet, no. Dow Jones had broken out of the giant bull flag, okay, and back tested it a few times. So back in December 1st, and then another one in March, it rallied. It broke the green resistance, came back for a back test, and it's coming down for another back test right now after breaking this golden support. Obviously, bulls have to defend the blue uptrend. Okay, that blue support has to hold. I mean, even if it gets tested, or it doesn't even have to get tested. I hope it doesn't, because that would weaken the uptrend. Okay, that uptrend actually targets a new all-time high. So if this red bottom band holds, okay, together with the green, if it comes to the red bottom band, this is a 3 touch on the top, 2 touches on the bottom, and if we get to this, and this is Dow Jones CFD, cash CFD, the level for that is 33,500, or just above that level. So that green bottom band, if it does hold, we see a rally and break to the upside to target at least 35,000. So I'm going to be watching that red bottom band as well. Let's have a look at NASDAQ. Okay, so that blue resistance right there from 2022, beginning of 2022, it held two more times. Okay, that this is the third one, this is the fourth one on that blue resistance. But I think we may have a bit more downside to touch the golden plus red. Obviously, we have to get there quite fast. So the level for that, if we get there, and that will be 11th of July, so about basically right around 11th of July, so Tuesday, at 14,825. That's NASDAQ futures chart, okay, continuous chart. So it would be nice to see that golden plus red, and if we buy and rally, then 16,000, 16,500, that will be the next level to target, actually. I mean, if this blue support, I mean, if and when this blue resistance breaks, I think the next level is going to be the previous highs of 16,000 or just below 17,000. That's like the previous all-time highs in NASDAQ. And there were quite a few resistance breaks. The wedge was the broken, and it was a wedge right here. You can see that was a wedge that was broken. So I don't think NASDAQ is going to fall below this wedge for quite a while. Russell had broken out of this blue channel, okay, and it came for a back test while it was forming this blue bull flag, and finally the blue bull flag was broken. It touched that purple perfect resistance. It confirmed it as a resistance. It came down to back test the golden one more time, just Thursday and Friday. You can see here that golden support has held once here and once here, okay, and the blue bull flag is broken. I was thinking maybe it wants to test the purple bottom band to form this bull flag, which may still happen, by the way. It could get all the way to the purple bottom band, and if it does hold, I think this may turn into a bull flag to target the purple top band and finally break to target 2000, 1990, 2000. I'm still very bullish on the US indices, as you can see. Of course, if these supports break, I wouldn't hesitate to short it. So FTSE is extremely disappointing, and the reason is this resistance that was broken got deep back tested during the Silicon Valley panic. Now it rallied, and now it's falling back down, and obviously UK economy is in shambles, and inflation is going rampant, and yeah, investors don't like inflation. Investors don't like corrupt politicians that we have in the UK. So that red bottom band didn't hold. The only target or the only possibility is this green bottom band, which is going to be around 7,070. That is again futures pricing. Okay, 7,070 for a bull flag formation. And DAX, excuse me, is also disappointing, and the reason is obviously I had looked into this giant bullish breakout, and I had since, well, basically there was a resistance, and since that resistance break I've been targeting this blue resistance at just over 16,300, and we got there. Okay, that was extremely bullish. We got there after this resistance break. I'm not going to plot it again, but there was a resistance here that was broken, and it rallied, obviously, especially after the blue resistance break. It got all the way to the blue top band, and that was the target. Later on, what happened was a big fake. So this is 2 touches there. That is from 2021. This is 2023 April or May, and this was a fakie. I thought it is breaking to the upside and we're going to get all the way to 17,000. That was faked, and it came down, and now it's broken this purple support. So I'm going to switch to the 4-hourly chart to show it a little bit better. Okay, that purple support was also broken. The green internal support, no, it's not really a very nice support because it's been breached too many times. I reckon it's going to get to this golden potential support. I mean, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Okay, possibly get there, and then maybe we see a rally from there, from that level, or the last action, the last bullish action, or the giant trend from the Octobers of last year. Okay, October of last year. If this red bottom band gets tested, then buy DAX all the way to 17,000, 18,000, you name it. So this could become an orderly correction. I'm going to be watching this correction action quite carefully. I don't see a bull flag or a wedge or anything just yet, but I'm watching quite carefully. Maybe we can see a bottom out at the red or golden, and then so that we can buy DAX. TLT is coming down, and it's going to test that black bottom band at 98.50, and then we will see whether it can run. But the 10-year note had broken the golden bear flag, and that's why bonds are looking weak again, and that's why I wouldn't dare to buy TLT at 98.50 just yet. All right, so let's see. Let's have a look at oil. And oil was bouncing off the red support rail. This is US oil. It touched the red top band on Friday after breaking this green sideways to up channel to the upside. It even came back for a back test on the 1-hourly chart. It doesn't show it here, but it broke it, back tested, and it came all the way to the red top band, which is a perfect resistance at the moment. So are we going to see one more dive to the red bottom band? That's quite possible. It is quite possible, but for that I think we will have to watch a kind of a trend that is something like this. So if it comes all the way to the, I'm going to put this on the, let's put this in blue color, yeah, that blue color. And if it does come to the blue bottom band and we see a bounce, and of course it has to get back into the green first, and then blue bottom band maybe bounce and then break to the downside. So obviously if this red top band breaks after a pullback, then a giant, that would be a really massive bull flag breakout, okay, to the upside. I'm not saying bull flag, it's a sideways consolidation. This is Brent oil. It's even more cleaner because it doesn't have the spikes. The red top band, third touch on the red top band, 2 touches on the red bottom band. This has been going since beginning of May. Okay, so we have a nice reversal here if it breaks back into the blue. So that blue top band was broken. It tested the red. It's now coming down. If it does break into the blue, and we may still test that red bottom band eventually, to get either to this breakout or to this breakout. Okay, so oil has to break out of, Brent oil has to give us a signal to break to the upside or to break to the downside to see where the major price action is. So the height of this sideways channel is 78, from 71 to 78, so that's $7. If it breaks to the upside, it's going to run $7. If it breaks it to the downside, it's going to drop $7. That is the target. Okay, so natural gas, it didn't touch the blue top band at 229.50. Unfortunately, I was thinking that golden top band was tested. You can see that's a rail, and I thought it would test this at around 29.50, then come down. But then there was a green uptrend. I removed that one. The purple one held initially, but then broke it, back tested. Now it's coming down. The red channel may turn into a bull flag. Clearly, that red bottom band may turn into a bull flag. Okay, but, and that's a big but. All right, if the red bottom band doesn't hold and it gets completely ignored, or if it does hold and breaks later on to the downside, that golden supports break is going to target all the way to below 2 again. So I don't think natgas is going anywhere unless it breaks this blue top band for good. Okay, gold is, in my opinion, still bearish, and the reason is very clear. That golden support zone was broken and back tested many times. The last one was on Friday. That red resistance held and the blue top band held, so it's all looking still bearish to me. Obviously, if it does break 1950, or even like this green, so this green one is a perfect bear flag in the making. So two touches on the bottom band, 2 touches on the top, and if it does come down, bounce and then breaks, then I think my target of 1865, which is a gap fill, is going to be a reality. It's going to become a reality. Obviously, if this blue or purple or this golden, so the level for that where I would really abandon my bearish idea, okay, is another $20 up. So anything beyond 1950, I would throw in the towel for the bearish case. Clearly, at least for medium to short term, I'm going to say no, this is not coming down because it has broken these support levels. So, but I'm short. I'm 1929, 1930, 1929 short, and I reckon it's going to come down. This is obviously gold futures chart, okay? Gold spot chart I'm not going to cover here, but gold spot chart, oh, let's cover that as well. All right, so that gold spot chart is, so it has this golden potential downtrend. Okay, it had broken this green support and back tested it twice, you can see, and it's come down. And I think if this green bottom band also gets broken, okay, this is the November 2022 low, which was at 1650, right? That one right there. Okay, so that green bottom band may provide a nice, very strong support, but if it gets completely ignored, I reckon the gap fill is at 1865 on spot, right? 1870. You can see there is a gap from March 13th, and we may get a gap fill there. So silver, again, I know there's a lot of dip buyers and prayers for more upside, but I don't think that's going to happen. So at 24.60, I gave the short signal to my members at the green top band. Okay, that was a bear flag, and the backtest of this golden broken support. That is a no-brainer short. Some of the members that have shorted it came down and broke and backtested the green bear flag, and it came down right from there. And what's that golden one? I don't think the golden line, it means anything. Oh yeah, I'll show you now. Okay, I forgot it. The golden bear, so this is a 2-hourly chart now. Okay, that blue resistance is holding. All right, the red one is a bear flag. The black resistance held at the high of Friday, and this is the back test. That golden one is a back test of a broken support. Okay, a diagonal. So if this red bottom band breaks, okay, that is a nicely done bear flag. Then if we break it, then I think the target is going to be below 22. all right, and if I cover silver spot chart, it still tells me the same story. Okay, that blue resistance hasn't even been tested, right? This is 2, 3, 4 touches. The green bear flag, the red bear flag has formed, the blue, the green, that's a double resistance. So I'm expecting by Monday for it to come down, to break that red bottom band eventually, to come all the way to 22, and the gap for March is at 2050. So silver 2050 is the gap fill. Okay. Euro, I was thinking the red channel couldn't hold and it got broken, back tested, and maybe this veg, I mean the bottom of the veg, is going to be tested, then we still see a rally, but it didn't even get there. At 108.25 it didn't get to that level. It revisited the previous levels just over 108.25. Then this blue resistance was broken and euro went back straight back into this red channel, and obviously this red channel is no more, so we have to remove this. Okay, and I reckon it's forming something that we are not, well, it hasn't really formed yet, so it could be something like this now. Okay, so obviously that red bottom band, okay, that's nice support level, and the red top band is a little bit sloppy, but it still is the target. So what else do we have? We could have a bull flag formation now if that green top band holds, right? If it does hold, we come back, and then while it stays inside the red, break to the upside to target 111. Pound sterling is looking extremely bullish too, and the reason is very obvious. Okay, the red bull flag was broken. Okay, was broken, back tested, back tested, back tested, while it tested that, if the final back test was coinciding with the blue support as well. The blue top band, the blue bottom band. You can see that even the last touches on the lows, it was the touch on the blue support, the last dips. I mentioned many times to my members that this is a blue support, and if we come all the way to the black, we may pull back, I said, and then break to the upside, 2 back tests and rally. That is very, very bullish. The bull flag breakout after a test on the blue support. Lines at work, yeah, voodoo lines at work, as simple as that. That green resistance with 3-4 touches has to be broken for a major rally towards 135, and that is quite possible. Okay, if that green resistance can be broken by pound sterling, it's going to run big time. US dollar Japanese yen, it tried to backtest this golden resistance, okay, and it didn't. So it came back down after breaking the bull flag, the blue bull flag, to the downside. That was a failure of a bull flag which brought it down. This golden resistance zone was broken and backtested, which obviously sent US dollar Japanese yen from 138 all the way to 145. That was a massive rally. Now the red bottom band may hold to target that 145.50 level if that red bottom band holds. Okay, and that level, if it gets there, it could be around 141. I mean, you have to plot these channels that I am plotting. You can see the red top band, third touch, which explains why it reversed. I mean, lines, when they are drawn correctly, they do work. And DXY, it had broken the green sideways channel. It's coming down, and I think it's going to come all the way to the red bottom band, which is around 100. At least to the blue bottom band from here. So I'm going to remove the golden one. Okay, we may be forming this blue bull flag, but first it has to get all the way to the blue bottom band, which means at the moment US dollar index is looking bearish. And it is also confirmed with Aussie dollar. You can see this blue channel, the red, the blue was broken, back tested, and it's now Aussie dollar is trying to push. And Kiwi had had back tested the green broken resistance, rallied, and now it's trying to break the blue, and the obvious target is at 63. Coffee had disappointed me, and the reason is of course very clear. The blue bull flag that was broken, it didn't hold at its back test. The only thing that is holding at the moment is this green diagonal support, but if it does break, and it was actually quite damaged, and there are some gaps here from January 2023, so this year. So 142, there is gap, another gap from 17th of January at 150, so it could still crash all the way to that level. Wheat had broken this green resistance, it rallied all the way to the red internal resistance, and it's coming down towards 620, and I think from 620 we will see one more rally. This giant red channel is a bull flag. Okay, so the obvious target, if this green support holds at 620, we're going to get to that red top band. Soybeans couldn't break that blue diagonal resistance and the black one, and are we going to get all the way to the black bottom band? That could happen. I'm not saying it will, but if it does get there, that could become another major support to buy into. And if we look at corn, massive decline after the break of this blue support and this purple support, right? And it got all the way to the red bottom band, almost getting there at 480, 475. If that red bottom band holds, then we should see a big recovery of corn all the way to 600. So around 475 is a very critical level for corn. Okay, so I'm going to show like cocoa, that giant breakout, this giant like multi-decade uptrend, the golden uptrend, the breakout of the blue small bull flag and the giant bull flag, or the 12-year bull flag, cocoa has broken out. So the obvious target is 6, 7, 8. We are at 3. And I'm going to cover last agricultural is sugar. It reversed at the golden top band. I had been showing this as a potential major resistance. Since it started, it broke the blue resistance, it cleared the golden, and I said it's going to get to 25.50, and then if we see a reversal, it's going to become a major resistance, and that's exactly what it did. That's trading channels working in perfection. Okay, the bottom band 2 touches the top band, and I said if this holds, we're going to see a big down move, and exactly what's happening right now. And it even got confirmed when the green bull flag, that green bull flag was broken to the downside, and it came all the way to the back test, and I think it may still try 23.85. From there I'm expecting more downside, much more downside by sugar all the way to 20. Okay, last is coins. So the black channel, it's a kind of an unorthodox channel by Bitcoin. So the blue, so let me explain this. The green channels breakout backtest right around 25,000. That 2 touches here, actually 3 touches on the golden and the backtest of the green, and the red bull flag was broken, and I had given a lot of people signal to buy the red bull flag. It rallied to a new high. It is the perfect it is really going very good.